care. Sanford's up on front even. With that, Lucas unleashed the beast. Here comes the carpet. And Jones up on
there we go.
as well. Look at that. Beautiful engagement. With a fist crack, but Chaknu will fall. Jom as well. And
you know, something out of the hat here.
they're looking for Oheb.
Oh!
Chaknu, he caught him. With the help on Andoryu, gets some damage into the main course here
wow.
of TLPH. Although Andoryu will get defeated because of that. Oheb and Carl Teasy with a beautiful recovery on the side here is Jom. It's a 2v1. The Harris can't really do anything
for the XP lane. And so the last pick.
Wow!
Do you guys remember how bad this did?
I know, that's why.
Like, oh no!
I'd rather not.
They are just fighting for that top seed moving forward. And Smart Omega fighting for the bottom of the standings right now to be one of the teams contending for the spot ahead of us for the playoffs. Now, taking a look at this, how do you think this is going to be? I mean, we're getting a good look. It is Chaknu on the Badang. Early mid-rotation happening here.
I would say that Chaknu is going to play a huge part in protecting Andoryu's purple buff, because if not for that purple buff, he would have a difficult time. But can I just say, I got shocked with the Okir's emblem in this lethal ignition, because usually impure rage for the Farsa, but still this would mean more burst damage for this Farsa. But an early matchup!
Yep, matching up very, very well. A complete collapse coming in there for TLPH. They know that Chaknu can't really do much at this point at level 1, and they take him down for first blood.
So fast. Sanford was able to get from the XP to the almost orange buff of the opponent. They're able to secure that pick-off against Chaknu. That's an early game lead, plus the flicker. So note the flicker for Chaknu in the turtle.
Yeah, that's such a journey, you know, for Lucas too. Like Sanford just running on up there. But so the whole time, Andoryu does get to level 4. Sanford?
Pretty good engagement as well. On the lane, trying to maximize that early game lane here, getting that kill as well with Tempest of Blades coming in from Omega.
Okay, we're a little excited now. The excited meter is raising, so Andoryu gets a 1 early kill for him. That might be able to set him up well for the early rotation into the next objective.
Yep, this is a good sign now for OMG, because again, we've been talking about how crucial the purple buff is, especially for Ling. Now that all of the other assassins have emerged, Ling has been more difficult to use. So partly, a huge chunk of this pick-off against Sanford is the fact that he might be late for the turtle, but it seems as if TLPH just wants to blitz this turtle buff.
Look at them, they're just going up on front. They know. It's easy to kind of just do this, especially if you know that the Badang is only level 3. There's no big engagements happening for Omega here.
Yeah, there is no option for them really until Chaknu does hit that level 4. So TLPH will play around that little bit of an advantage. A little feathered airstrike from here.
Oh, wow.
And drop down here.
Fancy footwork here. I like that.
The 1-2.
Zushin gonna keep on going. Keeping doing Sushin things with Sanji up on front, even forcing the flicker out of Chaknu.
At some point, Smart Omega is going to be able to flip the script on this. Chaknu not level 4 still, but here's a fight.
Yeah, big fight here. Now they're flying in the air. Andoryu's getting a kill though. He's getting some pretty good damage, and Carl Teasy up on front with that evil color as well, chasing up whoever he can reach. And Luis is actually doing a pretty good job. Oh my goodness, Joan. Almost getting caught out by surprise here by Sanford and Carl Teasy, but looks like they're going to be able to get out. And it feels like still a pretty fair trade.
Yeah, I would say for OMG, that's light that they might want to see more and more of as we head on into the middle stages of the game, because they were able to pick off JP, Sanford, and Sanji. So now with a fast rotation, Chaknu is really having a difficult time catching up with the speed that TLPH is playing in.
Yeah, they know, you know, once the flicker is not available for Chaknu, he's a pretty easy target, to be honest.
He's sitting duck.
Yeah, and that's one of the downsides of the roam Badang. So Turtle's just a bit away, 20 seconds on that, but Andoryu's been able to do pretty well. So maybe as he gets his purple buff now, he's actually able to go ahead and fight for that objective. Sometimes, though, some of the game plan, especially with some of these hyper-scaling junglers, these heroes like the Ling, you might just see them give up all the turtles and not really try to force those fights and just kind of hyper-scale up as fast as you can. So Carl TZ will go ahead and grab his purple, turtles up, but you see the positioning right now. They are going to go for it.
Very much in the face of Omega here. TLPH don't really care. Sanford's up on front even. With that, Lucas unleashed the beast. Here comes the carpet. And Jomes up on the as well. Look at that. Beautiful engagement with a fist crack, with Chaknu will fall. Jome as well, and now the rest of Omega, they're running. Luis even using the flicker, trying to stay alive. That's going to be a turtle and 2 down for Omega.
Was that just the power of the Revitalize from JP?
Yes,
or what?
sir.
Yes, it really was a great play from TLPH. It felt as if Omega had it in wraps, but the counter engage coming from TLPH really was the cherry on top in that entire skirmish. This setup coming from Chaknu was wonderful, but Jome and Okir were just a little bit too far in that matchup. And so what happened was the frontliners of OMG got torn down by the members of TLPH. And before we head on more into the game, can I just say that Carl taking his orange buff, leading up into the turtle, led Andoryu to force that turtle fight because he couldn't get a trade. So those micro details really are something that we need to watch out for.
I mean, not only that too, but the fact that, you know, JP dropped down the Glorious Pathway to kind of cut them off and then get back to the team and the Revitalize to even just get a couple of ticks of the healing off really played a part of that. And, you know, you got to say, Chaknu, if he didn't have such a rough start, maybe that, you know, setup that he did where he caught 3 with the fist crack, fist break combo, like it could have been enough. But because he's had such a difficult early game and he's had 4 early deaths, it puts him in a position where, you know, he's mostly just crowd control. Like, there isn't much that he can do from there. So even with Okir, you know, they got to go ahead and get that damage online, and it's just going to take a little bit longer.
Oh, wow.
Oh, they're on the Ling Hunt. Even with the Tempest of Blaze, it might be hard for Andoryu to actually run from it, but luckily, JP didn't bother using the Glorious Pathway to go and hunt him down, and Omega, while all that was happening, also got a tower on the bottom side of the map.
It's the 5th minute mark, which essentially marks the start of the hyper carry blitz. So we've been seeing the 1-4 rotation wherein the jungler stands at the farthest end of the map and the 4 members stands at the other as well as the mid lane. But with this play,
it's a big flicker engagement from Chaknu, but again, Sanji will survive. Carl TZ up on front, he is washing it out. He is chopping his opponents, and Luis can't even run away. No flicker available for a hit.
Oh man, it's again, they made that play. Chaknu said, I have flicker, let's go.
Yeah.
And then they get punished.
Yep, as of now, with 4.5k, almost 5k gold deficit, I don't think TLPH or Omega has the courage to do all of those plays because they're lacking in terms of resources and damage output.
Oh, no, Sanford?
Oh, even Sanford going for the Unleash the Beast here. Oh my goodness, one more hit! Oh, you got caught by the big blast here from the Unleash the Beast. And now that's going to be Andoryu down, and his buff probably going to get stolen too.
Oh man, the fact that Sanford did that all, pretty much, that's troublesome. And now look, they go.
Oh my god, the stampede is non-stop here. I don't see any way they're stopping him. Nice block from Luis keeping Jome alive, but only for the moment, as their mid lane turret will also kind of just fall on its own.
I'm going to go back to my question here, Anthony. How do you counterplay this?
You cannot. Right now for OMG, they need to be able to find an opening by either singling out JP or Sanford and then proceeding from then. But the problem is, for TLPH, they know that that's what OMG needs to do, and so they're grouping up together, making Carl TZ the bait, and 4 of their members are there pushing the other lane, making it difficult for OMG to find a counter engage.
It feels like they're the ones who are getting singled out here, right? So it's the opposite happening for Omega.
It's and then now you find yourself at this point where Andoryu's got to be forced to go ahead and get what he can on the other sides of the map. He does get the Haas Claws now, so we'll see if he actually ends up getting his next buff. But right now, knowing how TLPH likes to go ahead and, you know, press on the wound, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to get it. So they're 30 seconds away or so from this Lord coming up. Smart Omega is down almost 9,000 gold. Here's our Infinix hand cam, by the way. Taking a look here at OHEB. Locked in on the Granger so far, and this is what we see every single time.
He's adjusting mid-game.
Yeah, let him adjust.
Did he just adjust his sensitivity settings?
Yeah. mid-game. That's how much of a lead that they are holding on to right now.
He has to do it faster. He has to aim faster.
Oh my gosh. And can I just say, this is really the problem if you're donning a Ling in your lineup. The tendency is for the Ling to not or get deprived of the purple buff unless he snowballs. But for the case of Andorio, even though he did get a lot of kills in the early stages of the match, that wasn't enough to be able to sustain at the very least the lead that they've had. Because he's the only one who's well fed in their lineup.
Yeah, JP there holding the ground against Luis. Lord is up, and look how fast this is being worked on. We'll see, though. Maybe Smart Omega pulls, you know, something out of the hat here.
They're looking for Oheb.
Oh!
Chaknu, he caught him. With the help of Andoryu, gets some damage into the main cores here
wow.
of TLPH, although Andoryu will get defeated because of that. Oheb and Carl Teasy with a beautiful recovery on the side here is Jom. It's a 2v1. The Harem can't really do anything much, and a triple kill for the Granger.
Wow, what a play coming from TLPH. But with everything that's happened, what really was wonderful was number one, the engage coming from OMG, but the response coming from TLPH was so much worth it because Carl TZ is still alive, and it seems as if they're wanting to force this tower. But with that, they're just gonna calm down. Again, reaching back to my point a while ago, Carl TZ was alive because of what JP did in that entire sequence, shielding him from the damage output of Jom as well as Okir, and then casting the Revitalize with almost 1 HP. That's what led to Carl TZ being alive and securing that Lord.
Oh my goodness,
Oheb is on the hunt. The Filipino sniper is sniping non-stop here on the Granger, and he is mad.
He's almost hitting literally every Death Sonata there. I don't know, that adjustment with the Infinix hand cam we saw earlier is paying dividends.
Yes.
Mid turrets down, and they're going to get ready to go.
And there you go, even Luis just absorbing just one Death Sonata Rhapsody hit combo. And he is just non-stop aggression. Sanji already using Crimson Beacon here. Might be able to do something if Chaknu can make a set happen. He tries, he catches free, but he disappears instantly. And that feels like it could be it.
They still got the minions.
Big minions wave here, and it's going to be TLPH up on front. They clean it out and clean out game one in a very quick fashion.
Very quick and express for Team Liquid PH. Come out swinging a game one, and they'll make it happen. Another stampede.
Wow. TLPH with that game, we're led to believe that no one can counteract that game unless you get the early stage of the match.